Well, hi, welcome to my latest video. Well, in this one, I'm going to review a product, a new version of a product that I had reviewed in the past. This is the newest version. It is from the company called XiiAoset. I believe I'm pronouncing that right. And it is a USB network server. This particular one supports 3 USB 3.0 connectors or devices that'll go into these connectors and accessible to any PC on your network. Now, the one I last reviewed, which is here, and I have it inside of the actual rack adapter that I 3D printed, this one was only USB 2.0, okay? And that caused a problem because it was unable to attach properly without crashing my system, believe it or not, this external hard drive that I have that happens to be USB 3.0, not USB 2.0, okay? You can see it here in terms of the blue connector. That's a 3.0 connector. The documentation indicates it's USB 3, so hopefully this new one, it will work fine. And we're going to test that later in this video. I also made a new quarter rack 2U holder for this newer version. Okay, so it sits right in here. And you can connect it into your rack, and it will, I'm sure most people have in their rack somewhere a nice little place that they could hang something like this, even if it's on the outside of the rack. So you could do it from the outside as well if you wanted to. But most people, I'm sure, have an area where they're storing, standalone peripherals that are on shelves. This would go perfectly in that particular case on one side of it. Now, I had not yet put this one into full production, the old one, but it worked for what I needed it, except for the external hard drive. So I'm glad they changed it and they sent me this new one, so now I can fully complement my new rack build with this device that'll support 3.0 type devices, USB 3.0. But if you take a look at it, it's pretty much physically exactly the same as the one before. The only thing you see differently is the fact that it uses a power connector that is different. This particular one uses a 12-volt power adapter with the larger connector. I think that's 3.5 millimeter. And the older one used the 5-volt, which is, I believe, a 2.5 millimeter power connector. Okay, those barrel connectors that have positive in the middle normally and negative on the outside of it. Now, the other thing you may have noticed is dangling from these things here. These are converters for power over Ethernet. And it will convert the power over Ethernet, this particular one, into a non-power over Ethernet connector. Okay? So there will be no power going through this. Instead, it breaks it out separately into this cable here, which provides the power, and in this case, that's 5 volts. Well, the new one, I had to go and get a 12-volt version of the same device. So this one here is a power over Ethernet converter, but its power adapter is providing and adapted with the right connector for 12 volts. So this should work out well because that way I can reduce the number of cables, and I'm going to have basically all my ports and my main switch will be power over Ethernet once I put that switch, which is sitting right over here, once I put that into my rack downstairs. So if you take a look at the manual that it came with, they changed it a little bit. It's just a single page, which makes it easier to copy, actually, to be honest with you. And it's easy to read. It's got great font. No complaints about that from me. I can read through this exactly. The software has to be downloaded. They give you the URL, and I believe there's a QR code here as well that you can actually use to get to the right location. Very easy to download and to install. I'll briefly show that as well. Even though I've already got it installed on my test bench over here, I'll show you where I got it. And it's really just a couple of clicks and the software is installed. And then when you run it, it searches out any of these devices. Now, it's a newer version of the software, so that's something to keep in mind. I am hoping that the newer version will search out both the newer model and the older model, and I'll probably try that, but we'll see. It also comes in what I consider a nicer box, a little bit wider, more sturdy. That way it'll be protected a little bit and shipping a little bit better. And in addition to the power adapter, they give you a small Ethernet cable. In this case, they gave a white one with the black colored newer model. And I was looking at the other one. That one came with a black cable for the white model. So, I guess, they want to switch things up a little bit. So anyway, that's about it in terms of introduction to this. The next thing I'll do is switch over to the screen capture showing you where the software is and how to get it started. And then we'll go ahead and connect it up to the network and see how it works. Make sure that these two devices, and it's not just the external hard drive that I want to make sure works. As you may recall on the previous one, this actually crashed the old one because it was only meant for the 2.0, and this being a 3.0, it just couldn't handle it. Crashing the software is a little bit extreme, but that was version 0 of that software. There's now a version 1 point something, as you'll see, for the newer one, okay? But I'll also do the label printer, which worked last time with the 2.0 one. And we'll make sure that that still works. I won't bring the scanner here because that requires me to basically unwire it from where I have it on my editing station downstairs. So I'll leave that in place for now. If it works for the label printer, I suspect it will work for the scanner just as well. But eventually, when I put this in my rack, this label printer and the scanner will be on both sides of my rack on a shelf that will then be accessible to any of the computers in my home office network here. So how about we get started and take a look at the software and how this thing works, okay? Okay, what we have here is the setup. I have the XiiAoset sitting here. I've already got connected to it the power, but I didn't plug it in yet. I've got 3 USB devices. This one here is this external hard drive, okay? This one here is a standard USB 2.0 plugged into this port, the center one, port 2. And then the label printer is connected to the third port, okay? It's connected to the network already. Let me power this on and we can see how it starts up. Here it comes. You see the first light powering it up. It's getting ready, it looks like. And there it goes. And notice it sees something in the second port. That's the USB stick that I put here. Let me power on the hard drive. There's a power switch in the back here. There we go. See the lights coming on here on the hard drive. Okay. Let's see if the first port lights up. Oh, it's over here. That's the first port, second port, third port. I didn't power on this printer yet. Let me power this on. Hey, now I got all 3 of them. All 3 USB indicators are on because I have devices plugged into all 3. The network is blinking. It's connected. And let me switch over to the computer and we'll see what it looks like there, okay? Okay, here we are. This is actually Windows 11 that's running. Since I upgraded, it still looks like Windows 10 except for the menu system. I've already installed the latest version of XiiAoset software on this computer, but let me go ahead now and show you where I went. According to the manual, it says go to www.XiiAoset.net / the model of this particular device is LK301E. Let's see what we got. And there we are. And in here, we can actually download. They have a direct from their website listed here. Download 1. Download 2, you can get it from the Microsoft Store as well if you wanted to. If you want to look at the manual, you just click on this link here. Right now it's set for Windows, but I can switch it over to Mac or for Linux if you want. So let's take a look at the manual and you'll see what it looks like. It pretty much matches what's in the little pamphlet. Just reformatted a bit, okay? Here we go. Like I said, I've already got XiiAoset software installed here. So let me go ahead and run that. So here's the icon right over here, XiiAoset Virtual USB. I'll run that. It should find it. And there it goes. And it not only found the LK301, but it also noted that there are 3 USB devices connected to it. So for example, if I want to connect the USB 2.0 disk, because right now all 3 are disconnected, which means we have not told the controller to mount them. If I connect, I hit connect on it, it actually opened up a window. That is what I have on that USB stick, okay? So it's mounted. If I want to dismount this, you should always, just to be safe, go in here and dismount it from Windows first. So we'll go to the disk and we'll say eject the 2.0 disk. It still shows connected in the XiiAoset software, but I'll do a disconnect here. Now it's disconnected. Now I'm going to go directly to the trouble problem that I had last time. We're going to mount this external 3 terabyte hard disk that I have connected to a JMS JM56S. I'll say connect that, and there we are. We now have that drive mounted, and I can come in here and look at whatever I have here in terms of files on that external hard drive. This is really, I have a backup on there right now of some other files that I no longer use. The same thing holds true here. If I want to do it cleanly, I close the window, and then I go back and tell Windows to dismount the JM56X series. And then I'll have to go here and disconnect it. And there it is, disconnected. Now, if one of your devices doesn't show up, just to let you know, mine all showed up in this case, you have to click this refresh button here. So now let's go ahead next and try the label printer, which worked on the previous model, okay? Okay, I'm on a different computer now, so I really can't open up a previous one, but I'll go ahead and make one. So let's do an insert text. I can resize the actual text box. I'll call it XiiAozet test label. How's that? Move the whole thing, I believe, as well. Let me say, yeah, I can. Move the whole thing into the center. Let me say, can I insert something else? Insert a barcode. I'll make up a barcode. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Say okay. I put a barcode in there. Okay, just wanted to throw something in the label and see what we get. Now what happens if we say print? Hey, it printed. There we go. It printed out the label and the barcode that I made. Perfect. I love these labels. Just peel them off and they can stick to anything you want. Anyway, I think that proves out what I wanted to prove out. And let's go ahead now and, hey, go ahead and order one of these things. I think they're worth it. I may actually order a backup one because this thing is working good. Although what I may do is try to put both of them online, the old one and this new one, and see if I can get them work together. I'm not going to do that right now, but maybe in the future when I get my rack set up, I might go ahead and do that. And I just have to know that I can't hook up a 3.0 type device over to this old one, right? Wouldn't be able to work right. But hopefully I can get both of them to work simultaneously. We'll see. So until the next time, thanks for watching and take care.